Hey guys, welcome to Series World. Today I'm going to explain a steamy romance series called Sex Life from 2023. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The fourth episode opens with Cooper being intimate with a girl. In the morning, he gets informed that she is a junior in college. Cooper is understandably horrified and pushes her hand away. He then gets out of the room. His brother and his boyfriend are there, as Cooper is staying in their apartment. Cooper's brother is frustrated with what Cooper is doing with his life. He tells Cooper that Francesca has been texting him the whole night asking for him. He thought that Cooper was serious about Francesca, as he introduced her to his kids. Cooper was serious about her until he met Billie a few times. Cooper's brother is not satisfied with the answer, and tells him to go through the divorce phase with as much damage as he can to himself and other people. The scene cuts to Billie getting Hudson ready for school. Hannah's mom, Caroline, is also there to pick Hudson up for school. Billie tells her she's sorry for not being able to come, as she's going through a lot. Caroline tells her that she knows what happened between her and Trina, but Billie can't avoid her forever. Caroline suggests that they talk it out in a relaxed setting like a spa. Billie finally agrees, because it's also Caroline's birthday. Caroline then informs Billie about the lawsuit Brad is facing. Several artists have filed a lawsuit together against him for being a fraud. The scene changes to Billie meeting with Sasha in a restaurant. Sasha is hiding her face, and Billie asks her about that. Sasha tells her that she is now one of the 10 most hated writers on Twitter. Billie assures her that it'll be over quickly because that's how today's media is. At least she is not being sued for $540 million like Brad. Sasha couldn't agree more. But Billie thinks the reporter is not a good guy. And he's framing Brad because Brad loved his artists like his family. He would never steal money from them. Sasha is skeptical, but Billie assures her that she knows him well. Billie wants to be there for him in this hard time. Sasha doesn't think it's a good idea, but Brad would do the same for them too. Moreover, it has nothing to do with Majid, because Billie and Majid haven't reached out to each other after the party at all. The scene changes to Brad. He's working on his laptop when Gigi comes up to him and assures him that he can rely on her anytime he needs. She's not with him just for the good times. While they are talking, Brad gets a text from Billie asking whether he's alright. Brad ignores the text in front of Gigi, and when she leaves for work, he replies to Billie's text asking her to meet. Even though Sasha doesn't like this, Billie asks Brad about the location. Brad asks her to meet at his loft. Sasha can't believe it but decides not to meddle in their business today. After Sasha leaves, Billie goes to Brad's loft. After entering the house, she gets a flashback of them being intimate all around the house. But she comes back to reality when she notices that there have been a lot of changes made since their time together. All of the changes were made by Gigi. Brad and Billie sit down with some coffee. Brad starts tearing up, saying how he should have listened to Billie when she told him that the guy was bad news. He found out way too late that Ron was stealing money. Brad is afraid that he'll lose the company and thinks that he's nothing without his company. Billie assures him that he's more than that. Brad tells her how he's afraid that he won't be able to provide for his son and might become a bad father. Billie assures him that his son is lucky to have a father like him. Brad starts leaning closer to her, and Billie leans in too. They are about to kiss when Billie gently pushes him away. She tells him that they can't do this. The scene changes to Sasha going to Mick's apartment. Mick is training for martial arts. Sasha asks him about the reason behind today's meeting. Mick tells her that she has to manage the situation she has created. Sasha suggests that she'll post some independent women posts, and will write a book on how she keeps her man in check. Mick tells her that he has been able to manage a very good opportunity for her, but keeping her man in check won't work. She has to cut him off completely, like her book Unattached. The scene cuts to Billie, who has finally arrived at the spa. Meanwhile, Cooper has gone to meet with Francesca in her office. Her assistant stops him from going to her office, but Cooper requests him to at least tell her that he wants to meet her. Back at the spa, Billie tells them she's sorry for being late, but Caroline tells her not to worry. However, the situation is awkward, because Trina is also there. Caroline gets taken away by her masseur for a massage. Trina and Billie try to talk it out, but it's too uncomfortable. A woman comes and takes them away for a couple's seaweed spa. Even though they deny that they are a couple, the woman can't care less. She then gets them to remove their clothes and tells them to rub the seaweed on their bodies. Helen then tells Billie and Trina to rub seaweed on each other's backs. After Helen leaves, they start rubbing each other's backs. Trina tells Billie she's sorry for doing this to her. She explains that she is going through problems in her marriage. Trina is jealous that Billie can go back to her work without caring what others think about her. Trina also tried to go back, but it's too late. Billie feels sorry for Trina and forgives her. She even tells her to ask her if she needs any kind of help. Meanwhile, Francesca gives Cooper his stuff back and tells him that it's over. Devin is also there with Francesca. Devin has told Francesca everything that happened between Trina and Cooper. Cooper tells Francesca he's sorry for everything that she has had to go through because of him. Cooper thought he had his things together, but he can't let go of the baggage with Billie. He informs her that it was not only with Trina. He has been intimated with other women too. He just hasn't figured his stuff out, and requests Francesca to at least discuss it with him. But Francesca is done, and she leaves with Devin. Back at the spa, Billie is thinking about what happened earlier with Brad. Caroline comes up to her and asks whether she has talked with Brad about the lawsuit. Billie tells her that they are not together, but Caroline thinks they can still talk about it. While they're talking, Trina comes to them and tells them that the masseur tried to hit on her, and she's going to report him to the authorities. Caroline begs her not to do so because she has been intimated with the masseur for quite some time, and this has been her little refreshment. Even though she loves her husband, she doesn't like being intimate with him. The scene cuts to Cam, who's in his office. Sasha gives him a surprise visit and they make love in his office. Back at the spa, Billie is telling Caroline and Trina that they're making bad decisions in their life based on her life choices, because she hasn't figured out her stuff at all. She even went to see Brad, and they almost kissed, but Brad is married, and she has a boyfriend now. While they are discussing, Billie gets a text from Gigi asking to meet. Back at Cam's office, Sasha tells Cam that Mick and she have decided that she'll break up with Cam in public for her brand, but they can still date in private. Cam clearly tells her that he's not going to do that. He loves her, but she's sacrificing her integrity for her brand, and he won't support that. Cam then tells her to seriously make a decision. Meanwhile, Billie has arrived at Gigi's studio. Gigi was in the middle of a shoot. She gets a break to talk to Billie. Gigi tells her straight that she knows that Billie was in the loft. Billie tells her that she was there as a friend. Gigi expresses her sadness about this fact because even in his crisis, Brad is only thinking about Billie to discuss his problem, but not his wife. Gigi begs her to let her have him because Billie already had her chance. The scene cuts to Cooper, who's having drinks at the bar. Olga calls, telling him that Hudson has been waiting for him to go out with him. Cooper lies to Olga, saying he has been stuck with work in the office. Olga tells Hudson that Cooper is sorry and he'll see him in the morning. After cutting the call with Olga, Cooper orders some more drinks, but the bartender denies his request and asks whether he should call a cab for him. Cooper starts forcing the bartender to give him a drink when Emily comes up to him and stops him. Emily tries to motivate him. She tells him that going through this is a shitty thing, and she can definitely tell him that, but she's sure Cooper will come out as the winner. Because deep down, she knows Cooper's heart, and he was the man she loved. Hearing this, Cooper tries to kiss her, but Emily pushes him away slowly and leaves. The scene cuts to Brad texting Billie. He tells her he's sorry for what happened today, but he just misses her a lot. Billie tries to reply with something when Gigi calls Brad. Brad cuts her call to focus on Billie, but Majid shows up in front of Billie, and she puts her phone away without replying. Majid has flowers in his hand, her favorite flowers. He tells her that he needed time to muster up the courage to confess everything to her. He tells her that Crystal was one of the first investors. He didn't want to take help from his family, and he was desperate for his dreams. He tried to cut her off a few times, but things went too far at the party. Billie then tells him what happened with Brad today. She even admits to him that she wanted to see Brad and kiss him. That's how things are when we people become adults. Majid tells her that he can live now. At least he tried. Billie stops him and takes the flowers from his hands and tells him to come to her place. The scene changes to Brad, who's getting non-stop calls from Gigi, and he finally picks up. He gets informed that Gigi has gone into labor. Meanwhile, Billie and Majid are making love in her apartment. Majid tells her that she can tell him anything without any fear, and he'll do it. Meanwhile, Devin has come back home after talking with Francesca. Trina leaves the house with her luggage and tells Devin that she wants a divorce. The scene changes to Caroline, who is having dinner with her family. She arranges another massage with the masseur while having dinner. The scene cuts to Billie and Majid. They've gone to an amusement park. Billie takes him to ride a Ferris wheel. They make love in the Ferris wheel when it's high up there. Meanwhile, Brad is there with Gigi. She's screaming in pain. Brad tells her he's sorry again and again for not picking up earlier. The episode ends with Brad holding their baby in his arms. To watch more explanations of these kinds of series, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.